Okay, Keir, so off the back of a 5-0 win away at Calne, I know forms would dictate maybe we would compete with Bradford today, but after the 3-0 hammering that they gave us at the South Bank, I think many thought that Bradford would take all 3 points again today, but we've surprised a few with a 2-0 win. A tough game on a challenging pitch. What's your assessment of that?
Yeah, probably owed them one from earlier on in the season, but as I've probably repeated myself a few times now, it's a completely different squad and group that we've got now since the start of the season. We probably added 6, 7, maybe even 8 to the team that played Bradford early on in the year. Deservedly lost 3-0, so had a little bit of a point to prove today, and I think anyone here watching or when they watch your highlights later can probably see that we are very worthy winners. I can only remember them probably having one shot. I don't think Brownies had one save to make. We've dominated the game from start to finish, and there was only one team that wanted to win today, and that was us. So could have been 4-5 on another day, and that wouldn't have flattered us at all. But we take the 2-0 win, another clean sheet, which we're really good at. And then we've got one more league game now, which is Wootton Bassett. We obviously got the cup game Tuesday night against Cribs, and we've looked forward to our cup final at the county ground against Swindon Supermarine. But a brilliant performance from 1 to 16, all the boys that were involved today. Really professional performance. Back four, absolutely outstanding. Saeed Ibrahim come in, who we've got on loan from Melksham, or dual registration, whatever you want to refer to it as, was brilliant today, alongside Keatsy and Coops and Leon. Midfield 3, out-battled, out-worked, outperformed their midfield 3, and our front 3 caused them all sorts of problems today. Matty Morris grabbing the first back at his old club, and Higgs again, who had an unbelievable season here before the COVID ended that, and carried on where he left off at Trowbridge Road. So 2-0 win, could have been more. Really happy with the performance, and I've just said into the dressing room now, if we can perform like that and keep that group together every single week next season, we will not be far away from competing. If you think that we've probably left ourselves too much to do from our early season form, the last few months of the season been not the reason that we haven't finished in that top 3. That would have been, the damage would have been done a lot earlier on in the season. So with the group that we've got now, when I come into these games, I'm full of confidence. I think we can beat anyone. So whether that be Bradford, whether that be Bishop's Cleeve, whether that be Cribs or whoever, Malvern, we keep that group together, have that 11 to 14, add a couple over the summer. I'm really excited about next season. You've seen now with the noise that is surrounding the club, what they're trying to do off the pitch, with the new setup of the club coming to be announced in the coming weeks. Ground development work that's been passed in the pitch maintenance that is now going to be taking place over the summer. I think that Corsham's a club on the up at the moment, and I'm really, really excited to, 1, try and keep that group together, and 2, just get through the remaining games and start building ready for next season. Have a proper good go at it.
I think if I've got my stats right, you've won 36 out of 57 games in charge of Corsham, and I think Gary Higdon has scored in most of those games that we've won. How important will he be in your starting 11 next season?
Yeah, that's a very good record since I've been here. Something that I'm obviously proud of. In Higgs, when we originally came over and the COVID hit season, you're going to get from him. He's been my talisman now since I've been manager at Melksham, and now exactly the same at Corsham. But he's 35 now, I think. He's our top goal scorer now. I think he may be 25, 26, whatever that is, in all competitions. And we'll need to have someone to help him next season, or keep the ones that we've got fully fit. Matty Morris, Asa Corrick, Ryan Bath. Those boys have got a chip in as well with goals, which they have done. I think Matty's up to maybe 15 for the season now, which is a great return. And Asa and Bathy, if we had them for the full season, I'm sure would be near double figures. So if we can keep those front 4 firing for next season, and I think that it would be a really exciting front lineup for us going into the new campaign. Obviously not done and dusted yet. We've obviously got cup games and a really exciting final to look forward to, as I said, but you can almost start preparing for life next season, making sure that you have proper conversations with boys over the summer about their plans, and Higgs will obviously be one that we talk to all the time to make sure how his body's feeling. This is probably the first season I can remember that he's struggled with injuries a little bit, so that's a clear indication that he will need some games where he doesn't start. And I think as long as you speak to people properly and make them aware of what the situation is, he'll be no different to any other player. But really important to us since he's come in here. But do you think the foundations that we built now with Rob Brown, the back four, since Keatsy's come in and Coops has moved to centre half, we've been so solid. We don't concede many. Got the most clean sheets in the league by a long way. If we can keep that together for next year, start killing off games a little bit earlier. Like today, it could have been 2 or 3 before half time, and it wouldn't have been so scratchy towards the end. But I'm absolutely delighted with the season. It'll be a guaranteed top 6 for us now. A cup final, still in the next round of the League Cup. Loads and loads of positives to take, and now we'll look to build on for next season.
As you just touched on there, we travelled to Cribs in the Challenge Cup third round, I believe. Earlier on in the season, when we faced Cribs at their place, you said it was one of the best games that you'd had in charge of the club. Cribs have found form again towards the end of the season. What's your lineup going to be on Tuesday? Is it going to be an introduction of more development players, or will it be a similar lineup to today?
I think now we have to keep boys fresh for the final. There's no point bringing in players that aren't going to feature in that final. So I need to make sure boys are up to speed. But obviously with the squad that we've got, Ryan Bath's come back from injury today, looked really good, come off the bench, so he'll more than likely start then. Maybe that we see how Swanee is and Chris Allen who didn't make the squad today just due to illness and injury, so we'll reassess them, check boys after today how they're feeling, and maybe rotate from the bench. But it will more than likely be the 16 that we've got today. If I need to drag in a couple of development lads that they always do a really solid job and are fully committed to when they come in, so I'd have no problem doing that. We went down there with no Gary Higdon and no Chris Allen and had a really good 2-0 win down there. We've drew of them in the league at home a couple of weeks ago now, and then we've gone on to win, I think, maybe 3 or 4 on the bounce. So we'll go into that full of confidence, and we may as well have a go at that cup now. There's going to be obviously nothing else other than that one league game to worry about, so we can fully concentrate on giving Cribs a good run for their money at home midweek.